Jack?
What the hell is this? Hey. Did you get any sleep last night?
Oh, about an hour or two. If Jade does turn out to be Rose's daughter.
Well, that's enough. Unless you decided not to call the orphanage.
Oh, no. I have to do that. I just feel like I finally let my sister go, and this teenage girl shows up saying she's Rose's child.
If she is, it'd be pretty great, wouldn't it?
It'd be a miracle. I feel like I have a piece of my soul back. But if she isn't, and this is some sort of scam...
If it's a scam, we'll figure it out.
I just don't want to spoil anything right now. We've worked so hard to get this family back on track.
Yeah, nothing is going to blow us off track. Maybe it's good news. Maybe it's a blessing from your sister. You never know.
And if it isn't? Jade is abusing Rose's memory?
Excuse me. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're not. I'm glad you're here. We need to talk.
What, are you watching me study?
Don't flatter yourself. No, I'll go back upstairs.
No, not me.
You know, knock yourself out.
Ow.
Great, good. I'm glad that you're both here. I need to talk to both of you. Just sit down.
But she wasn't in my room.
I feel like I would be in your room.
All right. Just sit down. Listen to me. An arrest warrant has been issued for Gwen Norbeck.
What? Why?
Whoa, what'd she do now?
According to Barbara Ryan, Gwen tried to kill her.
Mom, you sure you feel okay coming home?
Oh, honey, I can't abide hospitals. All that green. You know, you'd think they would talk to someone before they stitched up those uniforms. They make even the most handsome doctor look bilious. And that's not very encouraging when you don't feel so well.
If you're not feeling very well, then you should probably be in the hospital regardless of the uniforms.
You know, I'm just fine. I'm gonna sit right here on my couch, have a cup of tea, read a good book, and if that awful girl even breathes in my direction...
I don't think Gwen will be coming anywhere near you.
And you're absolutely right about that, because I have hired a crack security team, and if she even steps foot in this hotel, they're gonna cart her off to jail.
Okay, then. Well, if you're all set, I really should go check on Johnny.
Well, there is one more thing you can do for me. Actually, not for me, but for your little brother, Will.
What are you doing?
I'm leaving you.
Barbara Ryan, isn't that Will's mom?
Yeah. So what happened?
According to Barbara Ryan, Gwen broke into her suite and was stealing money.
Stealing money?
According to Barbara. She happened into the room, they argued, Gwen pushed her, Barbara fell and struck her head.
Is she okay?
But she has some bruises, a concussion, but she's being released from the hospital this morning.
So where was Will in all of this?
Apparently he was in the room, but his story differs greatly from the Barbara Ryan story. So now we need to talk to Gwen Norbeck, but of course she's disappeared. That's where you two come in. Have either one of them contacted either one of you?
Who, me? No.
No, I don't really hang out with them. I barely know them, so.
All right, so if they do, you will call me immediately. Do you understand?
So, wait a minute, Will's missing too?
Nobody has seen him, so we're assuming that they're together. And look, I know that they're scared, but it is so important that they come and talk to me. These are very serious charges that she's facing, and given the history,
Barbara and Gwen hate each other.
and the fact that the assault occurred during the commission of a robbery, we're talking felony.
Felony for what, a bump on the head?
No, a Barbara Ryan bump on the head. Look, I know that she was very badly injured. She could have died. And when Jennifer found her, she was unconscious. She remained so for several hours, so it was touch and go.
They just left her there unconscious?
Yeah, apparently. Look, I'm really sorry. I've got to get back to the station. If they do contact you, you call
We'll call
me.
you.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We're depending on you two.
All right.
Okay. I don't believe it. He just left his mother lying there?
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
His own mother.
Yeah, but there's mothers and then there's mothers. This is difficult.
But Will seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's too nice.
What are you saying?
He's always getting himself into trouble trying to make everyone else happy.
Yeah, Henry's like that too. He's always trying to, put other people first. But I don't understand. I mean, every time I talked to Gwen, she was very nice. And why would she steal money from Will's mom?
She's rich. Plus, Will probably had a key and knew where she kept the cash.
And why isn't Will being charged?
Because his mother's pressing the charges.
And you think that Gwen pushed her?
She's got a temper.
Yeah, well, doesn't everybody? I mean, Casey, there's a difference between getting mad and getting violent.
It's a thin line. Besides, after the stuff Gwen's pulled, it's not that much of a stretch.
Oh, come on.
No, look. Gwen lied to me for like a year about the baby. And, okay, fine, we weren't together, but the fact is I asked her more than once, am I the father? And she said no, Will is the father. And then she turns on and blindsides me with my parents, and now I can't go away to school.
So this is about you.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I wouldn't put it past her.
Because you're her victim, just like Barbara Ryan.
Look, I'm not saying that I was like a... why am I always defending myself with you? Jennifer Munson found her mother unconscious. Barbara says that Gwen did it and the police believe her, yet somehow I'm a jerk because I think that maybe, just maybe, Gwen could push someone who makes her mad. What do you mean you're leaving me?
I have to go. The cops are after me.
So we'll both go.
No. You can't come with me.
Why?
Because then you will be an accomplice. Don't you remember what happened in New York? How you got blamed for taking Billy even though I was the one who took him?
I'm the one who robbed my mother. I'm the one who pushed her.
Yeah, but the cops don't believe you. And the jury won't either. Not after all those people from the Lakeview testify about how I yelled at her and threatened her in front of everyone.
It doesn't matter. It was justified. She was setting you up then so you'd lose your job, just like she's setting you up right now.
This time it's different. I am guilty. I was there. I went along with it.
I'm the one who had the key. I'm the one who knew about the money.
Okay, so what? We'll both get convicted. And for all you know, you'll get sent back to the state hospital.
No, my mom's not gonna let it go that far.
She let it go that far twice before. She'll do anything to keep us apart, please. I have to go. It's the only way.
No,
Will,
we're staying together.
don't you get it? I love you. If I stay with you, you'll get hurt, and I can't let that happen.
The only way you can ever hurt me is by leaving me. So promise me that you won't do that.
So how did you sleep? Great. The guest room is so pretty and comfortable. Thanks so much for letting me stay.
Oh, it's
It's too late for you to go out and find a motel? I took a shower. I hope it's okay.
Oh, of course it's okay.
It's just the soap was so perfect and all the little towels. It was like staying in a 4-star hotel. Not that I've ever been in a 4-star hotel, but I'm sure the beds in there are like those. Well, when I woke up this morning and I saw the flowered quilt, it was so beautiful. I felt like I was dreaming. And then I heard these kids laughing down the hall, and I thought, those are my cousins, just like Luke. I was hoping that I could get to meet them this morning.
Oh, yeah, maybe later. I have a meeting. Actually, I have a conference call. It should take about an hour, and then we can talk after that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you hungry?
Starving.
Good. Oh, Luke. Hey, why don't you take Jade out for some breakfast and show her the sights?
I thought I was grounded.
You are grounded.
I think we could make an exception just this once.
Okay. I want to talk to you before you go, though. Come on.
It was very nice of those nuns to give you our address.
Yeah, it was a little complicated legally, but Sister Elizabeth made it happen. She knew Rose.
She did?
Mm-hmm. She was the one who finally agreed to help me find my birth family, even though she warned me that it might not be such a good idea.
Why is that?
Well, when a parent gives up their kids, it's for a reason. And if that kid shows up, it can be pretty upsetting. And I didn't want to upset anybody or have to deal with, you know, people not wanting me around. But Sister Elizabeth really liked your sister, and she thought that you'd be okay with it, even if you had a little trouble with the idea at first.
I don't want to lose track of where we were, especially with the way things have been going.
Dad, I'm
We
fine.
need to set aside some time.
You ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Why was it so important to get them out of here for an hour?
There is no way I'm going to let her meet the girls until I find out if her story checks out.
You calling the orphanage?
Sister Elizabeth. If there is a Sister Elizabeth.
You weren't supposed to see this.
Why not? Carly?
Because it was a surprise.
A surprise?
Yeah. I picked it up at a yard sale, and I was hoping that one night this week you could play security guard to my willing waitress. Hey, come on, don't look at me like that. You love playing gardener to my desperate housewife.
Just so you know, this uniform is never going to be a turn-on. I hate it. And I can't wait to get out of it.
That can be arranged.
Okay.
You're tired.
Yeah, that must be it.
Can I get you something to eat?
No. No, the other security guard, Wilbur, he weighs about 400 pounds. All he does is sit and watch monitors all day and eats crullers.
Well, look at it this way. At least you have somebody to talk to.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Did you know that the cardinal's the state bird?
You know what? Yes, actually, I did know
Yes,
that.
it's also the state bird of Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, and both Virginias. And of course, there's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Arizona Cardinals, which used to be the St. Louis Cardinals, but the owner moved them to Phoenix. It's not that we talked about football or baseball all night, honey. It's just that Wilbur likes birds. Red ones. He's got a website.
Oh,
I gotta take a shower, then I gotta head to the station.
oh, wait.
No, there's nothing to talk about. Just the way it is.
I thought that Mike was going to see if he could find something.
I am not going to let him fire someone so he can hire me. No. Besides, I made a commitment to Kim.
It's just for a little while.
Well, I wouldn't count on it. Hal's doing me a big favor by taking me on part-time.
Well, when Hal realizes that Nick can't cut it, he's going to fire him.
Nick isn't going anywhere, darling. And neither am I.
Morning. I've got something for you.
I never said you were a jerk.
No, you inferred it.
No, you inferred it. I never implied anything.
Okay, then that remark about me being like Barbara Ryan, that was like what, a compliment?
No.
No, it was sarcastic and mean. You know, you weren't even here during any of that stuff, but yet somehow you're an expert.
Come on, I never said that I was an expert on anything.
No, you implied it. Excuse me. What are you doing here?
Case? Look, not that it's any of your business or anything, but since we had today off from school, I asked Maddie if...
Maddie! Your boyfriend's here.
Just... I'm sorry, I never actually called. He's just...
Yeah, I noticed. You ready to go?
Yeah, let me get my coat.
Oh, thank you. You've become so maternal since you've had Johnny. Motherhood suits you.
Yes, well, and I should get back to him.
Well, before you do, why don't you sit down and hear me out, okay?
Mom, I think that you need to focus on something other than pressing charges, like something more positive. I'll get you a book to read.
Honey, I need your help. Now, it's obvious that your brother has run off with this girl.
You know, she has a name.
And she tried to kill me. And she will be arrested. And if your brother tries to help her escape, he could be sent back to the psych ward, Jen.
No, they won't do that to him again.
He is on probation. He can't afford to be implicated in a felony assault charge.
Well, you could drop the charges. For Will's sake.
I am pressing charges for Will's sake. The sooner that girl is arrested and out of the picture, the sooner that he'll be free. And that's where you come in.
Me.
I need for you to make a public appeal. To go on the air and let your little brother know that you love him and that you understand that he thinks he's doing the right thing by standing by this girl. But the fact is, she tried to kill his mother.
You're forgetting something.
What's that?
He loves her, Mom, and he was here when you got hurt. He's already given the police a statement claiming responsibility. He's never going to believe that Gwen is guilty.
Will, stop! Will!
You're right. He'll never believe that she's capable of violence, but he's wrong about that. I mean, just look at her mother, a vicious criminal, and she takes after her. She's an evil temper, like her mother. I mean, we've had words on more than one occasion, and if he stays with her, he will never achieve what he is capable of. He'll be putting out brush fires his entire life.
Mom, everyone knows you don't like her.
This has nothing to do whether I like her or not. The point is this. Gwen will go to jail, sooner or later. And sooner or later, that means your brother will be left alone. Which is why you have to make that appeal. He won't turn to me. I've lost him. But he still has you. So you have to let him know that you still love him and won't abandon him.
Promise me that you won't leave me. We're in this together. It'll be okay.
What are we gonna do? The police are after us. We don't have a car.
We have $1,000, and they haven't found us yet.
That's because nobody in their right mind would spend the night up on a roof. It's freezing.
That just means it's a good place to hide.
Yeah. So what's the plan?
I think we should stay up here until it gets dark.
All day?
It gets dark pretty early.
I'm hungry.
We can do this. any luck, by tonight we'll be in Chicago. We can have some food, see a movie, get some sleep, and then we'll go out west.
Out west.
I have some friends out there. They'll set us up. You'll see. It'll be great. We can do it.
What are you doing here, Nick? This is my home. You don't come by unannounced.
It's my mistake. I'll see you at the station.
No, we're not taking this to the station. Tell me what you're doing here.
To tell you the truth, I thought I'd be a little more welcome than this.
Just because Hal assigned us to the same case doesn't make us friends. You come to my house when you're invited, and the chances... Okay, we're gonna keep this nice and simple. Work stays at work. Anything else? Well, I really don't think there is anything else, do you?
Is that true, Carly? Because after last night, I thought you'd be glad to see me.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
Mom, what's wrong?
Hello? Who's there?
You don't give a damn about Jack.
I'm crazy about his wife.
Nick obviously got his signals crossed.
What happened last night?
Then I spoke to your wife. I knew that you could be working, but I wanted her to tell you that, I made some good progress on our case.
You still could have called. Give me a minute to shower and change, and you can brief me on our way in.
You're off the hook. You bought it.
Don't you dare whisper to me about my husband. He's worth 10 of you.
7, maybe 8.
I thought you and I understood each other.
No worries, Carly. I'm not gonna sit there and tell Jack that his wife's working at the Galaxy Strip Club. That's between a husband and his wife.
Then what are you doing here? And don't give me that garbage about bringing Jack up to speed. You don't give a damn about Jack.
I'm crazy about his wife. That's the real reason I'm here.
Wow, you weren't kidding.
What?
When you said you were starving. Oh, do you want any eggs or?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Sound like my mom.
Well, you're.
I mean, my adoptive mom. It's okay. She was a bit of a, manners freak. Elbows off the table. Napkin in your lap. Please, thank you.
My mom gets on us about the please and thank you, but she's pretty loose about the rest of the stuff.
Really?
Yeah, about most stuff, yeah.
What about your dad?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, is he always on your case? You're grounded, aren't you? I mean, I heard him say like 3 times he wanted to talk to you about whatever. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be nosy. I was just trying to see, get a feeling for what my mother's family was like.
Well, this isn't typical.
What isn't?
Oh, my dad, he's usually really cool.
So, what set him off?
Me? I mean, I guess I'm not exactly, I guess when you have kids, you name them, you teach them how to ride a bike, how to play ball. Eventually you get an idea in your head of how they're gonna turn out. And I guess I'm just, well, I'm not exactly,
I get it. He wanted you to be someone that you're not. Thank you, operator. Well, at least we know it exists.
What?
The Orphanage of the Little Flower.
It's a good sign.
Maybe.
You think Jade is lying?
I don't know. I don't know what to believe, but only...
What?
You knew Rose. She wasn't ashamed of anything. Why would she keep that from me, the fact that she had a child?
I don't know. Maybe she was afraid you'd think less of her.
I would understand. More than anybody. If that's what happened. If it's not a lie.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Gonna find out right now.
The orphanage of the Little Flower. How may I be of service?
Yes, I would like to speak to Sister Elizabeth.
I'm afraid that's not possible. Sister Elizabeth is on retreat. May I help you? I'm Sister Anne.
Do you know when she'll be back?
Not for weeks. She makes a pilgrimage for prayer and meditation annually.
Oh, there's no way to get in touch with her? It's just that she knew my sister, Rose D'Angelo. And this girl showed up yesterday claiming...
Oh, dear Lord, I knew it was a mistake. I just knew it.
Why would you say that? That I'm not what my parents wanted. You don't even know me or them.
Well, I know what happened with me. I mean, and my parents, my adoptive parents, they were perfect. They worked really hard and went to bed early, went to church on Sunday, cut the grass on Saturday, made their beds just so, hospital corners. Everything was the way that it was supposed to be, only that wasn't me. I didn't want to do it their way. So it's kind of their way or the highway, so...
So they kicked you out?
No. I left. I knew that my mom, my real mom, was probably just like me. Different. And that was the only thing that was making me feel okay about myself. Knowing that there was somebody that would understand me and wouldn't try to change me or hate me for not measuring up.
Oh, well, my parents don't hate me.
So what's the problem?
Did I say there was one?
No, you didn't.
Well, you're right. Aunt Rose was different. Oh, she was great. She liked bright colors and loud music, and she loved to dance and laugh and tell jokes and make everybody eat way too much and just have a good time. And she'd be after you if she thought something was wrong. She'd sit you down, and you'd have to tell her what was on your mind and why. And then she would just give you this really big hug, and she'd do anything she could to try to make it better. Yeah. Everything was better when Rose was around.
You miss her. So, what would she say about what's going on with you and your dad?
Oh, I don't know. It's not really something that you can fix.
But she'd make you feel better about yourself.
Well, she would call me Luciano. That's my real name. And she'd take me out for calzones.
Luciano, it fits.
Yeah, well, she thought so.
Well, here's the thing, Luciano. We can't change who we are. But we can find people who will like us anyway.
Well, my parents love me. It's just that, well, since Aunt Rose died, everything has been off. Aunt Rose used to fix things, or at least pull us all together and remind us that we were stronger than any problem. No one does that anymore. It's like we all just kind of spin off into our own little worlds. I mean, it's better than it used to be, but we still do miss her. All of us. Especially my mom.
Are you saying that this girl isn't my sister's child?
Oh, no, not at all. Perhaps you should wait to speak to Sister Elizabeth.
No, see, I can't. This girl just showed up on my doorstep with a birth certificate. If there is a mistake, I need to know.
You understand that, generally speaking, we view an adoption as a closed arrangement. But given that the girl is no longer a minor, and her mother, your sister, was very close with Sister Elizabeth, we made an exception. And from everything I've heard, she was, well, very cheerful despite her circumstances.
Sounds like Rose.
Sister Elizabeth became very fond of her. So when her daughter showed up wanting to know more about Rose, to be honest, I think Sister Elizabeth felt she was doing the right thing. I warned her. I felt that we should call you and prepare you.
I don't understand.
We are all God's children, but unfortunately there are those among us who feel, well, that children of a mixed parentage are not welcome. I wanted to spare the girl and you, of course, any unpleasantness.
Sister Anne, we would welcome Rose's child in our hearts, in our home, no matter who she is or what she looks like.
Oh, bless you. Then all's well.
I never once thought in a million years you'd think that we'd reject her because of her race. So, you have to understand, we were very cautious because my sister Rose never mentioned the fact that she had a child.
But now her daughter has found you.
Yes, she has. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Anne.
I'm a happily married woman.
And you want to stay that way, but there's something missing.
I think you should leave.
Where's your bracelet, Carly? See, I don't know if Jack gave it to you, but if I was your husband, I'd give you a diamond, a long, thin chain that would hit you right about here.
Where is it? Where's my bracelet?
Well, what are you gonna give me for it?
Where did you find that? Or did you steal it?
Please.
Forget it. Keep it.
And what are you gonna say to Jack when he notices it's missing?
I'll tell him I lost it.
Suit yourself.
Wait. Please. Thank you.
Yeah. That wasn't so hard.
You'll never know.
See you later, Tiffany.
All right, Nick. You want to play games? I'm changing the rules.
They're gonna be looking for 2 people.
Well, I'm not letting you leave here alone.
Okay, so you go first. And when it's clear, call me.
Yeah, you really can't see it from the street.
So this is what Casey's talking about. I don't really think it's that great.
Well, it's fun in the summer when it's warm. Come on, let's go to Java and get some coffee.
Hang on, I want to see something. Casey said you could see his house from here. Is that it?
I really don't know.
Well, you just picked me up from there.
Yeah, but I haven't made a study of the geography.
Fine.
And why do you even care?
What do you mean?
Well, for somebody who claims to hate the guy, he's all you talk about.
It's not true.
Addie, since I picked you up, you haven't talked about anything else.
What do you expect? I mean, I live with him.
I don't think that's it.
What do you mean?
I think something else is going on.
Like what?
You tell me.
I don't have to tell you anything. There's nothing to tell. I thought you didn't want to talk about him.
I don't.
Well, then what are we doing?
From the look of it, not much.
Wait.
We thought we had problems.
Way to go, Maddie. Alien ain't the only guy who ever showed an interest in you. Hello? Who's there?
In this murder mystery,
I am looking for evidence that's going to clear you.
everyone has something to hide.
You took the law into your own hands. Now Ashley's gonna pay the price.
Consider the humiliation Miss Abbott will suffer when this is made public.
And things aren't always what they seem.
Tell me you're not planning to do what I think you're gonna do.
This week on The Young and the Restless, CBS Daytime.
Okay, I talked to Aunt Kim. She's willing to let me broadcast my appeal to Will on air. She's on her way over.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
Mom, even if I do get through to Will and he turns himself in, he's not gonna forgive you. Especially if Gwen goes to prison.
Never is a very long time.
Mom, he loves her. And I know that you think that you're helping him, but...
You know what, Jen? Sometimes a mother has to set aside her own needs and desires for the good of her child. I expect you know that now that you have Johnny.
And, of course, I would do anything for him, but he's a baby. Will is a young man.
Will is not yet out of high school.
He has had to grow up quite a bit faster than most kids his age. You know that. And for you to fight him on this and to put Gwen in prison, he's not going to get over it. It will be over, and you really will have lost him.
Paul taught me something. For all of his complaining about my interference, he taught me that I didn't do enough. Sometimes you have to risk everything for the sake of your child. And if that means that I risk losing Will's affection, then so be it. But at least he'll be alive and away from that girl. Honey, my happiness doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is that Will is protected.
Look, I know somebody's there, so just come out, or I'm gonna call the cops. Fine. This is me turning my cell phone on, okay? And this is me dialing 911.
Wait. Please don't call the cops.
How many horses do you have?
Mom, what's wrong?
I wasn't honest with you earlier, Jade. I didn't have a conference call. I needed some privacy to call the orphanage.
You spoke to Sister Elizabeth.
No, she was on retreat, but I spoke to Sister Anne. She was very helpful. You have to understand, I loved my sister very much, and I needed to know the truth before.
Before what?
Before I could do this.
Where's Nick?
I told him to wait in the car.
You're tough.
I don't like him. I know that we have to get along, so I'm trying to be polite.
So you said, please get out of my house?
Something like that.
Well, he's trying to make an effort.
No, he's trying to look good for Hal.
Whatever. Thanks for the coffee and for the loyalty.
Well, aren't you my husband? And don't I love you passionately?
So quit while you're ahead. Let me worry about Nick.
He stole your job.
No, he didn't, honey. That's not true. I lost my job long before he showed up.
Well, he doesn't have to act so proud of himself.
Hey, I gotta go. Let it go, would you? It is what it is, and it's not gonna change. Not anytime soon.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
On the next, As the World Turns.
The only way to break her hold on my son is to get her sent to prison. That's what I'm gonna do.
Do not come near me. I will scream. I swear I will.
Will's not dead. I can feel it in my heart. And he's close, Henry. He's very close.
A Hollywood star, plus a dead paparazzi.
It's like one of his own tabloid stories.
And a stalker. What do they have in common?
Guy got in my house.
$20,000 security system. This guy is the invisible man.
Camera should have seen him.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say our stalker was a ghost.
The hit drama, Numbers, CBS Friday.